watching Kababayan Today, and on our program today we have former music director and conductor of the Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra. He shares with us this newest revolutionary project called Symphonic Serenity. In it, he combines the restorative and beneficial effects of both music and silence into one experience. The studies on mindfulness meditation have created a mindfulness revolution, and Maestro Eugene Castillo is the first classical performing musician to merge these two areas of scientific and psychological studies. He is here to share with us free public events that are happening December 17 and December 19 in our community. Hello and welcome to our program, Eugene.
Maraming salamat. I'm really excited to be able to talk about Symphonic Serenity, and I want to tell you why I'm excited. It comes out of my own personal experience. Over 4.5 years ago, I had what's called cervical spinal fusion, and that's they fused the discs in my cervical spine, in my neck. And I was under a lot of stress and in a lot of pain, and medications didn't work for me. And eventually, after a year, I sought, through the direction of my doctors, instruction in mindfulness meditation.
Mindfulness meditation. Okay, for a Filipino that has no idea what mindfulness meditation, it sounds so new age.
Yeah.
What is it?
It really isn't. It's actually very Asian. So the history of paying attention and taking some time, taking space. We live in a very speedy society. And, especially if you're familiar with the traffic in Los Angeles, we want to get there fast. But we don't know how to slow down. And the studies over the last 13 years have been phenomenal. You see them on Oprah, of being able to stop and watch the breath, being able to stop and be a witness to your own experience with what happens when you take away all the noise and this thing that we call silence. Because actually, the musicians know this very well. There's no such thing as silence. So doctors have told me that I should not be able to walk normally again. But look at me now, and I could sit in a chair normally, and it's really precisely because of my experience with mindfulness meditation. And then 2 years ago, I was walking in Echo Park, very close to a historic Filipino town, and I wondered, how can I combine those moments in music where you feel like you'd kind of like the silence after the time the music is over? The time when people start coughing and wrestling in their chairs. But you've had that experience. Maybe you're in the car and you listen to a piece of music and you get to your place and you kind of want to stay in the car for a little bit because you like that space. Well, this is what I sought to create again and again over the course of an hour.
Okay. Is there any way that we can experience this?
Yes, so I thought we could do a little playful little thing. We first give the instruction in Symphonic Serenity experiences throughout Los Angeles with the idea of what does it feel like not to have to applaud when the piece is over? Because we want to do something. We want to applaud, we want to talk, but to actually stop dead in your tracks is something that's not humanly innate. So we're going to have an experience as a piece by Antonin Dvorak, a Czech composer. It's about 1 minute long. And when the music is over, we're just going to sit and see what is that experience like. And when maybe a number of seconds have passed, I'll ring the gong and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, let's play the music and let's experience this together, mga kababayan.
And that's the experience, and we recreate that again and again.
I've never done that before. That was really interesting.
What was your experience?
I couldn't just sit there. I had to okay, like I was waiting for something to happen. I just could not sit just doing nothing. And it goes to show that we are so used to so much stimulus around us that we cannot sit still.
So we can actually reverse that. It's called neuroplasticity. That's sort of like a fancy word to talk about the way that the brain does habitual things. And we can reverse that. And the scientists have discovered that the mindfulness meditation experiences 30 hours, especially with sort of their landmark number, with different types of communities, whether it be psychological or psychiatric issues. There's a huge study in 2011 on type 2 diabetes with the Filipino American community and its relation with coronary heart disease. So actually practicing meditation, now you could be in planting rice or tending a vegetable garden, but actually sitting and doing what you just experienced and watching that discomfort eventually be dispelled and smooth out starts to change the brain. And that's what tells the body to start healing itself.
So interesting. How can people be part of this event that's happening? Can you give us details, please?
Yes, so we have 2 free events. They're demonstrations. The first is on December 17th at 10 in the morning at the Edendale branch of the Los Angeles Public Library at Sunset Boulevard. That's just about a mile away from historic Filipino town.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2 days later, on Monday evening, we will have another demonstration about very close in Silver Lake, California, just north of there, about 3 miles, at the Los Angeles Public Library Silver Lake branch at 6 p.m.
Okay, and the best part of it is, libre, mga kababayan. It is free. So thank you so much, Eugene, for being here. We'd love to have you back in January. We want to learn more about mindful meditation.
Awesome. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat, mga kababayan. I feel great. Magbabalik tayo sa Kababayan Today.
Serene.
Yeah.